Hello, hello there. I'm going to try this again. Let's see. Sometimes the technology doesn't want to work as many times as you try to hit the go live. Oh my goodness. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Had some difficulties connecting today, so I apologize. I'm a little tardy, but I'm here. Let me know that you are here when you're hopping on. I'm going to go now and try to find myself so that I know for sure that this is working. Let me grab my big old, oh, okay. Yay! It looks like I'm live now. Let me, before I click on that, let me hit mute. Okay, because we certainly don't need me in stereo. And if I click on this, let me change the description. That is not correct spot. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. Let me go back here. I didn't do this right. There we go. I have to be in my page, and then will it let me edit right here? Yes. Okay. Okay. Phew. All right. It looks like everything is working. I am so sorry about that. Let me go back over here where I can see comments. Oh, yay. You guys are finding me. Yay. Say hello. Let me know who's here. I've got, we're doing Halloween in July, and I'll tell you why in just 1 second. Let me grab my little plug for Club Create is right here. We'll get back to that in just 1 second. This is my Club Create for July. This is a kit that you get delivered to your doorstep, and it's $45 a month. It is a subscription. Hey friend, hi Jeanette, yay! Okay, goodness gracious, I had a heck of a time getting connected today. So Jeanette is one of my club members, yay, so thank you so much. We've got 4 cards. You're going to make 2 of each. I include envelopes with my club, so there's your envelopes. And the first month, to kick off my Club Create, you're getting this cute little bag, and inside has some little rainbow stickers to put on the outside of your envelope flap. You're going to get a full pack of the Muted Palette Dots. You're going to get 16 sheets of the Boho Vibes Designer Series paper. All of the cards will be cut, scored. This piece is cut and it's die cut. You'll get the little heart here. All of these rainbows are cut for you. You'll just need to provide the stamp, this label. All the pieces are cut for you. And then this one just uses the stamps only. So you really only need the Sunshine Vibes stamp set. You can add on the bundle if you want to your kit. You also get a full package of the natural twine. And yeah, so the whole thing is $45. I'll put the link to my blog post, which shares all the details and everything that you need to know to sign up. So there we go. So that is, oops, Club Create for July. And today, the new July online exclusives went live to customers. Now, if you were a demonstrator, you got to pre-order these last month, and we've got to play with them. I got to play with them. So there are 2 Halloween And Stampin' Up! Doesn't do Halloween in our holiday catalog anymore. They put it in the online exclusives. And I actually love that they give it to us in July, because I've got craft fairs coming up October 5th. I think it's the 5th. And I need to start creating stuff. Even though I can't quite get Halloween candy, I have templates of candy that I know that comes out every year, so I can start creating. So I'm happy to have product and paper and all kinds of things in July. So I thought we would go ahead and do Halloween. So like I said, I'm getting ready for craft fair. So, and I'll have all those dates and everything. I'll do a save the date and all of that with all the information. And I also have a craft fair in November, right? Like the week or so. Oh, I think it's the week before Thanksgiving. It might be 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. But anyway, I will make sure to save all that information, share that information with you guys. And you want to be on my email list because that's where you stay in the know and get all of the details. And you also get first access to my events and class signups. So this is Spooky Halloween. This is what we're getting today. We're using today. This is a photopolymer stamp. It's so stinking cute. And then here are the dies. Now this is part of a suite. So it also has these shimmer star foam stickers. We're using these. I didn't use this today, but we're going to be using it at some point. These are iridescent treat bags. And I know there's going to be a lot of glare, but look how fun those are. I am so excited to make some little tags or tag toppers for these little bags. So that's cute. And then the paper, they knocked it out of the park. This is a Spooky Sweet specialty paper, and it's basic black, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Petunia Pop, and Pumpkin Pie. So let me just show you. These are going to be fun to put on card fronts or, you know, pretty much anything that you want. And then there's the back. So there's that pretty Petunia Pop sketch. This, I think, is my favorite piece with all of the candy. And it's got all the different colors of the paper in there. And then that's a fun background. And look at this one. Oh my gosh. Do you see the little kitty cat? Oh my gosh. And then there's a ghost. Oh, right here. You see the little ghost eyes peeking out? Yeah, cute. Yeah. And did I show you the back? No. There we go. There's a fun pattern. And then we're using the opposite side of this today, but these are the tags that you could cut out and you could put them on, tie them onto, hi Susan, I'm so glad that you're here. Tie them onto the treat bag. So super cute. And then today's project, I used this piece. And then this one, oh my gosh, look at these little animals all dressed up for Halloween. So stinking cute. Look at the little bat that's dressed up like a ghost, and a bear that is Dracula. You've got the little ballerina flamingo. Oh, so cute. Look at the little pig. Can you see the pig? Here we go. The pig is dressed up like Batman. Oh my gosh, so cute. And even the little crow is so cute. And the back side of that one, sorry, you get excited. There we go. Come on and focus. There we go. A nice pumpkin pie with some smoky slate, basic black dots like splatter in there. And then this is, you get 2 sheets of this one. This is single-sided because they're punch outs. But these little pieces are already cut. You just have to punch them out. And look at the hippo dressed up like the mummy. And then you got a little kitty cat ballerina and a toucan dressed up like a cat maybe. So cute. And then you've got your goo to put on top of your cauldron. So cute. Somebody on a broomstick. Yeah, super, super cute. This is available today, right now. And I will put a link to it in the description when the video is over. And if you're on my email list, I sent out an email this morning that's got links to it. Plus there's also 2 new kits. One of them is Halloween. And it's adorable. It makes 15 treat boxes. So here's the other, this is a bundle. Sorry about the glare. Look how fun this is. But then look at the dies. So this cuts out the inside and cuts out the outside. So you've got where you could layer the two if you wanted to stamp, or you could just use paper or whatever you wanted. And then it's got these fun spider webs, and then Boo and Eek. And of course you got a cutesy little Halloween spider and a little piece to make the tag, like the top of the tag that's got the hole, and then another fun curvy banner that fits the sentiments. So cute. So this one is Fright Night. So that's also available. And then I'm going to show you today, we also used the Everyday Arches. As of today, going live, these are back in stock. And then I also used the Stylish Shapes. Okay. Now on my sample, I used the Stylish Shapes, but I'm going to make it without the circle, and you can decide which one you like best. So here is the little treat box. This, my friend Angie made something similar. Hers was a lot bigger and held some different, one of those Russell Stover pumpkins. I didn't have any of those, and I needed something to hold hand sanitizer. Now I don't have a Halloween hand sanitizer yet, so this is just in my stash, but that's what's going to be in there. Okay, so I've got everything cut for you, but we are going to stamp and color, and I've already stamped, colored, and die cut. Let me turn this off right there. Okay, so we're going to do the little doggy who's dressed up like Frankie. This is my ink pad that I made myself. I just took one of the Craft white uninked pads and filled it with Memento, and look how beautiful that stamps. Look at how the image of his hair right there is just solid and filled in. Absolutely love it. I will never go back to a regular traditional Memento pad. So it's just the white. It comes uninked. You get the little white ink, but I just used that for my other white pad. And then I just used a Memento refill and filled it all up. And yeah, I will never go back to a traditional Memento, the linen pad. It just doesn't, I don't like it. Okay, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and, let me open this back up. I'm going to go ahead and stamp on the designer paper. I've got Spooky. And I'm going to stamp it towards the top. Oh, and don't let me forget to punch my holes before I put it together, because I had a heck of a time punching the holes afterwards. All right, so we're done with that, and I'll clean those later because it shakes the table. All right, so we're going to let those kind of hang out for a second, and I'll bring in my little tray that my friend Angie made me. Look how cute that is. And it holds the blends perfectly. So we've got, let's start with Granny Apple Green. Let me put these together so I don't forget, because I used Petunia Pop and Fresh Freesia. Petunia Pop is in the paper, but I kind of like the Fresh Freesia better for his little shirt, because it's not as dark. So this is Petunia Pop, and this is the Fresh Freesia. So that's what I did. Let me put this like that. That way you can see. Okay, so what are you going to order, Jeanette? Sorry, sometimes I get to talking and then say a whole bunch of stuff, and then somebody will comment and I'll be like, oh, what's happening? Oh, you must be talking about the kits. I ordered both of them. There's a Halloween one, and then there's really pretty birthday cards. I don't always order the kits because I find that I don't put them together. But these two that got released today, both of them, please. I'm just going to fill this whole thing in with the light. These are technically going to be for craft fairs, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of shading. Oh, and then I guess this would be green, and then his little hands would be green. And the Halloween, oh, that ink pad. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It makes such a difference. And you get a really true black. With the Memento, I feel like it's not as dark enough black as I want. This is Petunia Pop. And I'm just gonna do the whole thing. I'm not gonna try to do dark and light. We're gonna put some Wink of Stella on that. All right, done with those, done with that one. Let's do his little shirt next. So I am gonna do some shading with this, but I'm gonna do the little cuff dark Fresh Freesia. Oh, I should have kept the Petunia Pop out. And then I'm just gonna go around the outline here in the dark, just to give it a little bit. And let me come in and go over where I got out of the line. I'm gonna bring that Petunia Pop back, but okay, so then the light Fresh Freesia, I'm just gonna fill it in. And you can color these however you want, with whatever colors you want. I just pulled the colors from the designer paper. And, oh, I forgot to show you the ribbon. There's ribbon in that suite also. And it's Petunia Pop, so we're using that. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do there. Look at this ribbon. It's Petunia Pop ribbon, but it's called Iridescent Ribbon. And, come on. There we go. Well, oh, I guess I have to have it back in the little thing. Have you seen this? This kind of went viral. I think Brenda Quintana was the first one that I saw it from. But anyway, the little sliders that you make to kind of hold your ribbon together. I love them. I did them to all my bolts of ribbon. But this is the iridescent ribbon, and I like it. Okay, now let's go pumpkin pie. And I just want to get some dark underneath where that shirt hangs. Just like that. And then I'm just going to fill it in with the light, and however it blends is however it blends. And let's do the pumpkin. I'm just going to go over the little lines there with the dark, and then just fill the whole thing in. I'm going to try to keep that tooth white. There we go. Okay, and then two more things. I've got his little bolts here in his neck in Smoky Slate. I used the dark. And then that Petunia Pop. This is, I just happen to have grabbed the dark. Let's just go. You know what? Let's just fill the whole thing in like that. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take Wink of Stella and go over my little circle of my little lollipop. Okay. And then I'm going to go and die cut those out, and this is what you get. Okay. I also die cut, the die cuts out two bats, and they're the same size, so we have that one. Okay. The treats kit I think is going to be really cute. Okay, now let's glue these together and hole punch them, and then we'll make the little box. Here we go. And I've got 2 sheets of each, so I can use one sheet for the tags and one sheet for this side. But who am I kidding? I'm not getting just one pack of paper. I already have 2 packs of paper because we got to order an extra set of consumables. So I got 1 pack with when I ordered the suite, and then I got and then I ordered an extra pack. And I ordered it during that sweet sale last month, so I either got this one half off or got the celebratory sips half off. I don't remember. Whichever one was cheaper. Okay, so let me scoot these things out of the way for a minute and bring in Simply Scored. Got my wax paper on here so I didn't forget. This piece measures 2 by 6, and a lot of times the stylus doesn't glide smooth across the darker cardstock, so I just take some wax paper. I just keep this bunched up right in here in my drawer. And we're gonna, oh, not with that, we're not gonna score. We're gonna score this at, it's 6, so we're gonna do 2 and 4. And then down the long side, I'm gonna score it, it's 2, so we're gonna do half an inch. Half an inch, Darlene. Half an inch, and then flip it and do half an inch. Now this one I did a little score here, but to help it to push in, but it's not necessary, so I'm not gonna do it. But if you wanted to do that, you would just do a 1 inch and just go down to the score, and then a 1 inch and go down the score, if you wanted it to be gusseted. Okay, so let's get rid of that. We've got everything all together. Now we just need to assemble. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this over and fold that over, and because they're kind of skinny, I'm just gonna do them at the same time. Okay, and then fold this one up and that one up. Okay, really simple cutting. You're just gonna cut, and I just snipped right on the score line. You're gonna snip up and stop at that intersecting score line there, and that's it. And then to help me get this together a little easier, I started with glue dots, and I'm gonna do glue dots in these 4 corners, and then I can get some liquid glue down in there. So I'm just going to open that back up. Just to get it started. Just a little tip I learned, okay? And then now we can just, I'm gonna put this piece on the inside. So here, I just wanna make sure that this cut line lines up with this fold line, like that. This is going to be inside. You're not really going to see it, but you do want it to sit. You want these to be flush to the bottom so that it stands up like that. And then our little hand sanitizer fits in there. And there's a little bit of wiggle room too. So you can make this as big as you want it to be depending on how, what you're going to put in it. And then you could just size these to whichever one covers, just like that. Okay, so while I have this in my hand, I'm going to take my, oh dear, did I do it again? There's a way to lock this, and I didn't know it, and I locked it, and there we go. Okay, so I'm using this, I just used the 1/8 inch. And I'm just going to come down and go right at the top of the little arch. That they look like tombstones, right? That's going to be a fun project. We'll do something like that. And then I can use it as a guide after I get that piece out of there. Let me do it on the back so that I can see. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do kind of want them to line up. Okay, so now we've got those. This is a We Are Memory Keepers. I think it's called a crocodile. If you have trouble with your hands, this makes it so easy to squeeze. It's got 3/16 and an 1/8. And then that's for an eyelet setter. Remember, we used to do that back in the day. Okay, so now, do I want to, let's decorate this first. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this back in. Oh, and I forgot to show you. Here's the other little stamp, the little kitty cat dressed up like a witch. So I did go ahead and color her, but we'll save her for a different project. But yeah, but she would fit on here too. So cute, right? Okay, so here's that white circle I was telling you about, and I'm not gonna put it on this one, and then you can decide which look you like better, with or without the circle. And then I did put a little guy on the back of this little lollipop just so that it was stuck down. Okay, then this is going to go, hopefully I didn't stamp too far down, but I'm going to hold it up because I want to make sure that I'm not going to cover up my little green. I might could have stamped it a little higher, but that's okay. I stamped it a little lower, but it still works. Okay, and then for this guy, I'm just going to kind of fold his little wings up, and I'm going to put him on a glue dot. Oh, I forgot to put a pumpkin on there. And that's going to go kind of like that, but our ribbon is still going to be able to go through there. Let me see if I have, oops, sorry about that. Let me see if I have another pumpkin that's colored. I don't. Well, I'll put a pumpkin on there. I might have to move my embellishment. I'm just going to put this on the back right there, and then just kind of slide it in like that so it looks like he's holding on to, like he's trick-or-treating. Okay, and let's see. I don't think the comments are scrolling. Let me see if I can. Gosh, I'm still live, right? Okay, there we go. All right, I think everything's okay. Let's put this together now. So I'm going to use liquid glue. Oh, right there in front of you. And just on the box itself, and then turn this over, and I'm going to try to make it go. Let's grab silicone mat just in case. I'm going to make it go all the way to the bottom, but it's going to sit inside those stitched. Inside the stitching. Okay. That glue right there that's coming out will dry clear. Okay, and then that stands up, and it's all the way to the bottom. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. And so here I'm just gonna pretty much eyeball it and just set it down, because the little box is almost the width of the die cut, and then I can see how it's crooked, so I can just have a chance because I used that liquid glue. But don't forget, darling, you want it to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, I messed that up, didn't I? There we go. There, that was actually easier to just put it on like that, and then just make sure that it stands up. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, done with that. I think I'm done with that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this little hand sanitizer in there, and let me see, let me use my ruler up here. I grabbed about 6 inches, but then I did end up cutting some off, so, but 6 inches was good to get started. And then you're just gonna kind of fold it in half, depending on how big your hole is. I used an 1/8 inch punch. Okay, and then this is gonna come together. You could probably wait to put your bat on, but I think it'll be okay. All right, now I'm gonna grab my locking tweezers, reverse tweezers. We have a pair of these in the embossing essential tools kit, a pair of locking tweezers, but this is just what I have. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of black baker's twine. You probably already have black baker's twine. If you don't, you can use linen thread or whatever you want, but I'm just going to let that, hold that together. Come here, let those hold that together. And then I'm just going to tie this in a bow. I might not have given myself enough. Let's see if I can do it. Plus I got that bat in my way. I shouldn't have put the bat on. Well, if I can't, I can always just cut another. Yeah, let's just, okay, instead of fighting it with it, Erling, just bring in. If you're taking my Turtly Cute or Turtly Awesome Retreat in a Box, you're getting a pack of 5 bolts of the twine. Black is one of them. It comes with black, white, vanilla, gray, granite, and crumb cake. So you're getting that pack in your kit. So then you would have black baker's twine. Okay, now I can cut this off. This is an old roll that I'm finishing up. This is how we used to sell it. Now it comes in the little rolls, and you get 5 of them in a pack, which I like. That's what was handy. Okay, so now you can take these two and just kind of go like that, and I didn't get this very tight, so we're gonna do it one more time. I just didn't get it very tight. Okay, all right. First time I didn't have enough, then I got it too loose, and now, there we go. Okay, and then you can make it itty bitty. Hold the knot and pull the tail. And then you can also scooch it down like that. And I guess it's a little fiddly, but there we go. Okay, and then you can trim these to whatever length you want. Okay, and then we'll add, let me put a little kitty cat up there. Then we will add the glitter foam stars, shimmer star foam. stickers. And I'm going to go with the purple again. It says it's Petunia Pop. And we'll go over on this side since I put that pumpkin there, which I like, the pumpkin there. Maybe I'll be able to move this guy and put him on the other side. And there we go. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. So do you like it with the circle or without the circle? I can't decide. I can't decide. So let me know what you think of this one. Getting started for Halloween craft fair coming up in October. I'm pretty sure it's the, no, October 5th is the wedding, Susan's wedding. Not Susan's wedding, but which has nothing to do with the craft fair. I just remember that Susan's going to be here October 5th. Yeah. So my craft fair is October 4th. And then November 15th and 16th. Yeah, so it's 2 weeks before Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is not until the 27th. So October 4th, craft fair. All right, well, there you go. That's what I have for you today. Let me put that back in the screen. And if you have any questions about anything, I'll put links to the things that I talked about in the comments or in the description of the video. Also where you can sign up for my email list so that you can make sure to get notified for all of the things that I have going on. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I so appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.